Hello, welcome to Psalm blog. Psalm 11. When the foundations are destroyed. When the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? Those words come from Psalm 11. They were written 3,000 years ago, but they sound very, very contemporary. With the full effects of Brexit looming in the new year and the long-term economic effects of the coronavirus, with global warming and the rise of extreme weather events becoming normal, the stable society and way of life we know may not be as secure as we'd like, but who knows? We've seen the decayed foundations in our moral life. There seems to be one rule for those who make the rules. They can break them and get away with it. And for the rest of us, we must pay the penalty. In the pandemic, we've seen that many people have lost their jobs, endured financial hardship, and yet others, who just happen to know the right people, have been awarded lucrative contracts and have made millions. It seems the foundations are crumbling. More generally, in the last 40 years in Britain, family, marriage, and faithfulness have been steamrolled and trashed in the favour of my rights to make my choices, irrespective of how it affects other people, whatever. A man called Michael Wilcox wrote this: a soft-centred, permissive society can be curiously hard on those who refuse to go along with it. Our tolerant society permits everything except the right to disagree with people's idols. So recently, when J.K. Rowling reiterated what seems like the simple biological fact that men are men and women are women, she was pilloried. And some people in the publishing firm that publishes her books refuse to work on them. In the Church of England, a significant number of people want the Church to bless same-sex unions. Do you despair when you see the accepted foundations of society falling apart and collapsing? Do you ask perhaps that question that David asks here? When the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? What do we do? What do you think? Well, we know this when everything changes, according to that psalm. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord is on his heavenly throne. When everything changes for the worst, we rest absolutely secure and confident that God does not change. Whatever might be happening around us, God still lives among us, seen by the temple where his people meet with him, and he still reigns on his throne. Dance of circumstances are as under his control as a lump of clay in the hands of a potter. This psalm, Psalm 11, was written 3,000 years ago, and yet we still use it today. The circumstances that David faced have vanished like smoke, but God and his word still remain and will remain forever. So what is the answer to that question? When the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? What do we do? The answer is we live by faith. We know God is present and he is absolutely on the throne. And by faith, we can continue to trust him and walk with him.